Hi guys, Ty Lord here with the pickups video. It's been a while, but I've acquired some nice things here, and I got a few packages from a few of my friends. Did some little trades with my text buddies. So I have some nice stuff here. Would like to share so I can put it back up in the library. First off, my boy Mark, the Gameshark, sent me some stuff. He was asking me if I had seen this Nintendo Quest movie about the road trip where the young men, or they might be old men, or my age, or anyway, these guys go on a road trip to get every single Nintendo cartridge, 678 of them, without using the internet. So like creating a complete NES library of cartridges without using the internet. So that's something my wife and I really wanted to watch. I got this a few weeks ago, but unfortunately I haven't had time to watch it yet. I like to watch this with my wife, and we don't have a lot of free time together to sit down and watch a movie like this. So usually I might have a little bit of free time and I watch my thing, or she might have a little bit of free time watch her thing. It's hard with the kids, especially that they're home. We're all home all the time. So this was something I kind of just wanted to sit down and watch with my wife without any distractions. So maybe when the girls go stay with grandma and grandpa or something, we could watch this. Usually if we get an hour to ourselves, we're thinking about doing other stuff. But yeah, so I can't wait to watch that. And then he sent me this other stuff too he didn't mention. I got a Soul Feast on the Sega CD right here with a nice little cover. I have a few games like this with these little strange little paper disc holders. I have Sherlock Holmes and a couple other games like this. That's really nice of him to send me that. He knows I like Sega CD. I don't have quite that big of a collection, but I do have a couple of repros and several authentic games. Although I hear you're not supposed to be playing burn games a lot. I have been doing a little bit. That's how I beat Snatcher. But anyway, this shooter game, from what I've seen of it so far, it's fairly decent. I'm not into shooters very much. This was the first year I ever beat a shooter. I beat 1943. But I might get into this. It has some voice acting in here. I always like stuff like that, like melodramatic voice acting in these old video games when they were proud about using the sound features with the CDs. And then he sent me a copy of Saints Row, the original. He knows my wife is into the Saints Row. Yeah, anyway, so thanks again to Mark the Gameshark. He's always hooking me up with good stuff. And I can't wait to watch that movie. Okay, what else? Okay. And then my homeboy Joel from up in Canada. Catsgameswhatever. Sorry to break kayfabe there, brother. He sent me. We did a little trade, and what I got out of it was this really cool survival horror game on the PlayStation 1, Alone in the Dark, New Nightmare. Really solid survival horror game. I went back and played it a bit, and I got pretty far, but I never saved and I lost. But I'm still impressed with the visuals on this. It has sort of the stationary backgrounds, like Resident Evil, and the 3D character moves around on it. I think it looks really nice. It has a really eerie atmosphere. Last time I played this was on the Game Boy Color. That was a game I played a lot on my Game Boy Color when I was younger. That was a very impressive game for Game Boy Color. It had pretty much all the same camera. It has all the same camera angles as this. And I actually beat it. So I was going back and playing this, and I was getting a lot of deja vu. But really cool game. I hear it's better on the Dreamcast, as you would expect. But I think it's a very nice game on the PlayStation. I collect more for PlayStation 1 than I do Dreamcast. And then I wasn't expecting it, but he sent me these nice little Repro Cards. Probably something he got off of that Kijiji or whatever he's always talking about. But anyway, I don't care if they're repros. These are things my wife and I would like to play. It's a Minish Cap and Fire Emblem. So those are just like something fun to have to play on the Game Boy Advance. So thank you, Catsgameswhatever. And then, oh, my buddy Power Player Paul, who's a great artist. He teaches art to kids at school, I believe. Anyway, he was drawing pictures, pencil, like he was making hand-drawn like sketches with a pencil of video game characters and showing them to us in the text group. Yeah, like some really good, like a Chun-Li and a Cyrax. I forgot what else. There were some good ones, but the one I requested was Mai Shiranui from Fatal Fury. So check out what he sent me there. That's really cool to have, like Fatal Fury. I have it on right here, Fatal Fury 2. That's probably one of my favorite games. And I like Mai, of course, you can see why. Really great picture. I'll try to put close-ups of it here. So got that. Good stuff. Thanks again, Paul, for that lovely picture. And then I did a little trade with Jav Geez. And that man goes overboard whenever I do trades with him, so just want to show you this cool stuff he sent me. The limited edition VHS tape of Tomorrow Never Dies, and this comes with the final shoot script, like the whole book. So next time I watch Tomorrow Never Die, I could read along like it's the Bible. Like some kind of certificate of authenticity or something. Anyway, cool. So really awesome to have that. He knows I'm a big Bond fan, a big James Bond movie fan, so got that in my James Bond collection now, so appreciate that. Okay. Oh, then these Super Nintendo games. These are another couple of my favorites. Of course, here's Fatal Fury again, and World Heroes 2. I actually have these, so I found a home for them though. I did, yeah. And then all of the Xbox and Xbox 360 Wii games he sent me kind of went all out here. I guess I might show this one last. Look at this Goblin Commander Unleash the Horde. I'm pretty sure this is like a real-time strategy game. I didn't have it. I collect for Xbox, so awesome to have anything like this. I don't think I would have ever found this out in the wild. It probably goes for quite a bit on eBay as well. So cool to have that in my Xbox collection. I've got to be over 200 by now with the Xbox. Oh, here is the one I wanted. Check this out. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I did not have a physical copy of this. I think I traded away my Dreamcast version. And but this was the Xbox is what I collect for, so I'm glad to have it on Xbox. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Haven't played this one yet since I reacquired it. I used to enjoy it quite a bit. Another great SNK game here, Metal Slug 3. I haven't gone back and played this one yet. I'm hoping it has unlimited continue so I can beat it. Anyway, Metal Slug 3 here on the Xbox, the original Xbox. So really glad to have that in my Xbox collection. And here we go with, check this out, Samurai Shodown Anthology on Nintendo Wii. It looks like you can use the nunchuck. I don't know, you swing the nunchuck around when you play a fighting game. That seems kind of weird. I'll probably just use the classic controller when I play it. Doesn't look, yeah, why would you want to use the GameCube controller anyway? It looks like it's only compatible with the Wiimote nunchuck and classic controller. But this has Samurai Shodown 1, 2, 3, Revenge, and 5. Oh, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow. All of the Samurai Showdowns here on Wii now. And then these games I had never played before, but he knows I like the fighting games. The King of Fighters 02 and 03. And I was playing these a lot since I got them. Really nice looking games. I think they've aged very well and they played good still. I played through arcade mode on both of them. King of Fighters 02 was nearly impossible to beat Rugal at the end. Like he freaking counters everything. He sees everything coming. I can't figure him out. I had to do that cheat BS where you like have options to either have 1/3 the enemy's health, set down the difficulty, or have your power meter all the way up. I think I had to do that to beat him. I probably lost on him 100 times. The rest of the game wasn't so bad. The final boss in 2002, King of Fighters, I couldn't do it. And I've been playing a lot of fighting games. 2003 wasn't as bad. I think I credited that. Really cool looking game. Like it has the 2D fighters with like the 3D backgrounds, kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So this is a really cool looking game at King of Fighters 2003. And then this one here I never played, King of Fighters 2000 and King of Fighters 12. I guess this is the 12th in this series. They quit going by year. On the Xbox 360, and I never played this one before. This is probably the nicest looking fighting game I've ever played. 2D. You should see all the detail in the background and how many frames of movement it has, and the way the light and the shadow moves on the characters. It almost looks like they're 3D, but I think it's just 2D with a lot of frames of animation. And it seems like when they go in the dark, the shadows cast on them more. This just looks really amazing. Yeah, but this one's super easy. Really smooth to play though on the Xbox 360 controller. I like Robert Garcia. He's kind of like playing as Ken or Ryu, so I could smash the game with him. And then, or I like Terry, of course, and Rio. You know who's not on here is Mai, which is weird. I thought unless you can unlock her somehow, I would think she would be on this. She's like everyone's favorite. And there's all these hoes on here I don't know. Anyway, oh, and then Raiden is on here, the big wrestler dude that looks like Vader. So, yeah, so man, this is a freaking tight looking game. Okay, anyway, so I got all that good stuff from Javier. Yeah, some great stuff from Jav Geez there. My main man. Okay, and then on top of that, I got some pickups at the stores. Some of the stores opened up. I actually have a story about that. My friend Tom, I've known him for 20 years. I used to do judo with him, and his son's a big-time power lifter and a big wrestler. I used to practice with him when he was like an MMA fighter. It was the coolest setup he had in his gym. I taught judo in the facility, and there was a big cage in there with a mat. On the outside there was a gym, like a weight gym, outside the cage. And then there was a used video game store in the front, all in the same room. So that place was like heaven to me. There was like weights and martial arts and video games all in one room. Anyway, he's not doing the martial arts anymore. And then his son moved away to Texas, but Ziggy still owns, or my buddy Tom still owns this video game store that he's had for years and years, probably 20 years at least. And I thought he had been closed down because of the COVID thing, so I never bothered going in there. I had some money saved up. I wanted to go buy some stuff from him or call him up just to give him business. So when a lot of things opened up here in California last week, I went over there to get some games from him. And he said he'd been open the whole time. He kind of plays by his own rules, but I guess he'd been open the whole time, so I would have been over there if I would have known. So I bought some games. I don't like going in there because he always like gives me half price. Like every time I try to buy something, he tries to make me pay only half price. But I wanted to give him some business. Anyway, so I went over there and I got some Xbox games. Some ones I've been wanting. First off, Headhunter Redemption, a Sega game by Azumi. I don't know what that development company is there. This Headhunter was on Sega Dreamcast, and I always wanted to try it, but I never did. And I assume this was the same game, but I think it's a sequel from what I've played. Some people might think this is cheesy, but so far to me it's a lot like Metal Gear Solid. But I don't know, I kind of like it better than Metal Gear Solid so far. It has like the cover system with the precision aiming, a lot of stealthy stuff. It's kind of like almost cyberpunk. It's not, it's sort of futuristic sci-fi. It deals with civil unrest and a virus outbreak also, if you can believe that. I didn't buy it for that. It just so happened when I turned it on, the opening cinematic was on. The game's about civil unrest and a virus outbreak. Stranger Wrath, Oddworld. This is the one my brother used to play a lot on the Xbox. I never had it, but I got that now for my Xbox. I think that's probably a must-have for the Xbox collection. I haven't put it in there again yet. Rogue Ops. This is kind of like a Splinter Cell type game with this Pamela Anderson looking chick right here. Kind of like a stealthy. I think there's a little bit more action than Splinter Cell, but it's a kind of stealth. A stealth spy game with some action. I think it's pretty difficult so far. Oh, like it says you can use voice commands to select weapons. I guess if you have a microphone. They were thinking of that BS back then. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna beat this, but I'll try to. Oh, I haven't played this one yet, Terminator Dawn of Fate. I just figured I should have that in my library, a Terminator game. I haven't played that, so I can't comment on it yet. That's just one of the games he had that I thought I'd throw in my bunch right here. Okay, and here's IDOS, or however you say that company, Total Overdose. It doesn't really look that good anymore. It's kind of blocky like Grand Theft Auto, but it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto combined with Max Payne. Like if Robert Rodriguez directed it, it's kind of like Robert Rodriguez style, and it has all kinds of special moves, like the protagonist guy here. He has all kinds of special moves like the bullet time stuff, like Max Payne and all of that, and it is open world. Like you're open to drive around in the city and steal cars like Grand Theft Auto. But the only thing so far that's kind of that doesn't really do it for me is the cities have a lot of load areas. So if like you drive it's not all one big area. You drive off of one street, you go to another, and it loads a new area. There might be like 5 or 6 load areas on this big map, but I guess that's how they had to program it. But a pretty cool game from what I played so far. Dead to Rights, I got that one. That's another one of those Max Payne type games. That one's a Namco. You know what, and I actually already had this one, so if anyone wants that, let me know. And then I love having all my little collections of classic arcade games to play on my Xbox. I have the Midways, the Namco, the Capcoms. I think I have an Atari one anyway. But here's a Taito Legends. I had to get that for the original Xbox, and it actually has Reston on there. Looks like it has about 20 or 30 games on there. So got that. So happy with my little selection I got from my local video game store. What else do we got here? Okay. My usual spot I go to every Saturday morning, Rasputin's. Now it's known as Mad Monks. It has like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of used CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, records, laser discs, and some video games. And now it has retro clothes. It's like a retro clothes store. It has some pinball machines set up there to play. But I usually go there every morning, or every Saturday morning. It's been closed the last 3 months because of the COVID things. And I usually call once a week to see when they're opening. I get the same recording. We'll let you know when we're opening. Keep calling back. Anyway, I forgot to call back, and apparently they opened up on Thursday, so I missed out 2 days of it. I went in there on Saturday, which is today for me, and the video games were kind of picked over, but I didn't want to leave there empty-handed. So I got this steel book of Thief for 360. The Thief, that was $8. I would never spend that much on something over there. They're so cheap. Or usually everything else is cheap, but this is the only thing I kind of wanted, and I wanted to spend some money there because I hadn't been there in 3 months. And then here's one I've been wanting. From what I've seen, it's like a mixture of different types of games, like the on-rail shooting and platforming. Jurassic Park: The Lost World for the PlayStation 1, and that one, it doesn't have the cover. It has the instruction booklet. It looks like it's from Blockbuster, so it has the instructions in there, but it looks like the front cover of the manual got ripped off. But that was $6. That's more than I would pay for that, but that's kind of one I wanted. So there's that. GameStop every once in a while has these deals where you buy 5 used games that are $19.99 and below, and you get them for 50% off the whole order. And then on top of that, they had free shipping. So I got all of these PlayStation 4 games, one PlayStation 3, the rest PlayStation 4. Got these 4 games for under $50 delivered to my house. It was like $48, some odd cents. Anyway, so I got Tekken 6, and all of the 3 of them had the case, and 2 of them don't. There's a gamble every time you order something from GameStop. If you check their old retro games, they're all sold out right now. Anyway, so I got Tekken 6 on PlayStation 3. I haven't played Tekken 7 yet, and I wanted to play this first before I beat Tekken 7. Man, I really like this Tekken 6. I beat the arcade mode a couple times. I think I tried to play online, but I couldn't find anyone. But the little story mode is really good. It's a beat 'em up RPG story mode. I really like it. I like games where you can just grind your character and get just grind around, get money, and make your character more powerful. You can buy gear for the characters to make their attacks better, and you play through this little story. You can actually do it 2 players as well, which is cool. But I really like the adventure story mode on this Tekken 6. Okay, and then so the reason I got Tekken 6 is because I wanted this game, Tekken 7, and I haven't beaten it yet. The story mode, I played through the arcade mode a couple times. This game is really good. I have a problem with it taking up 55 gigabytes on my hard drive though. Like all these new freaking games, I don't understand this. I guess because it looks so good, probably the textures takes up a lot of gigabytes, so much detail. Anyway, yeah, Tekken 7, really cool. I'm playing the story mode right now, and it's really good. And Akuma is in here from Street Fighter, and I just sort of blew that off before. Like, yeah, he's like a guest character. The games always have little crossover characters, but Akuma is actually in the story. Like, he's part of the Tekken story in here, which is really cool. So like that. Oh, and then some other fighting games I wanted, but I haven't wanted to spend the money on, but I thought that deal was good. Soul Calibur 6 I haven't installed that yet because I don't have enough room. Samurai Shodown and the new ones, so I don't have all the Samurai Showdowns. That one, how many? That's 20 gigabytes. I doubt by the time I go to install it, there'll be updates. It'll be like 50 gigabytes. Samurai Shodown, I've been wanting to play that. And then Dead or Alive 6, I didn't have that one. That one doesn't have the cover, but oh well. Okay, I forgot a couple items I picked up. Another thing in that package from Jav was Fatal Fury 2. I had that inside of my Genesis playing, and that's why I forgot to share it. I was actually having some fun with this. I never had played Fatal Fury 2 on the Sega Genesis. I always just played the arcade version or the Super Nintendo version. This one's kind of actually modified. It's actually better than the Super Nintendo version in many ways. Even the arcade, this has the sort of like the combo system from Fatal Fury Special. So I think it plays a lot better than any of the other Fatal Fury 2s. It doesn't look or sound as good, but I was having a good time with that one. Another one I forgot that I picked up from the video game store is Jaws Unleashed for Xbox. I kind of wanted to get this just to have it in my Xbox collection. I already had it for PS2, but I more collect for the Xbox. My brother and I used to play this a lot when he was a little kid. I think he beat it. The thing that got me interested in it again was that new game. I think it's called Man-Eater, that new shark game. Roman Dan has been playing it and hyping it up. So it kind of made me want to go play this again. And I could not get into this. The controls in this are frustrating. I'm gonna have to spend some more time on it or get accustomed to it. But I was having a hard time playing this. Jaws Unleashed has a lot of movie references in there, so I kind of like it for that. I think GameStop was finally opened up on the inside, and I got this Blue Blaze or Blaze Blue Blazer. Blaze Blue, this fighting game. I don't really know much about it, but I've been into the fighting games lately. I'm not really into these stupid anime-looking fighting games that aren't really martial art themed, but it could be fun. Oh, and this has a nice booklet in there with it. I wasn't sure if it was a fighting game or not. I had to thumb through the booklet, the instructions. So that's a nice book in there. So that was $3 at GameStop, which was a pretty good deal. I actually had some credit. I had pre-ordered Resident Evil 3, but I never picked it up because that COVID stuff happened. So I just used my credit from Resident Evil 3 pre-order to get that, which is cool. Anyway. Okay, well that's about it. Sorry I couldn't make it more interesting this week. Really enjoyed those packages I got and the artwork Paul sent me. Everyone stay safe and be respectful to your neighbors and the people you meet on the street. Take it easy. I'll try to see you as soon as I can. Bye.